Hello everyone, and welcome back to When She Broke Us channel. Today, we have an incredible story, one that's dark, emotional, and shocking. It's a story about betrayal, humiliation, and the kind of heartbreak that leaves scars you can't see. We're sitting down with a man whose story will take you through a whirlwind of emotions, and I promise you, this is one you won't be able to look away from. From the first moment, through the betrayal, to the shocking aftermath, this is raw, unfiltered truth. So sit tight, make sure you're not alone for this one, and hear it straight from him. Let's start at the beginning. Can you tell us your name and a little about yourself, and then share your story with us?
I should have known something was wrong when Sarah started laughing at her own jokes again. Not the polite chuckle she developed over our 7 years of marriage, but that wild, unguarded laugh from our college days. The one that used to make her snort wine through her nose at dive bars. Back when we were 22 and stupid and convinced we'd figured out something everyone else had missed. It started 3 months ago. October. I remember because the leaves were turning that burnt orange color she always loved, and she'd come home from her morning run with her cheeks flushed the exact same shade. She was humming something in the kitchen, and when I asked her about it, she just smiled and said it was nothing. I'm a software architect. I build systems for a living, elegant solutions to complex problems. I notice patterns. So I noticed the small things. The way she started checking her phone more often, angling the screen away from me. The new perfume. The sudden interest in our Friday game nights with Mark and Jessica. Events she'd quietly tolerated for years. But I didn't say anything. Because what do you say? Honey, you seem happy lately, and it's suspicious? Our house in Riverside, a suburb 40 minutes outside Chicago, was exactly what we dreamed about. 3 bedrooms, one we'd optimistically called the nursery before the first miscarriage, then the second, then the quiet agreement to stop trying for a while. Everything was fine. Everything was exactly as we'd planned it. Except Sarah was laughing again. The night of Jessica's birthday party started normally enough. Sarah spent an hour getting ready, settling on the black dress I'd always loved. You look beautiful, I told her. She met my eyes in the mirror. For a moment, something flickered across her face. Guilt? Sadness? Then she smiled. You always say that. Because it's always true. But even as I said it, I felt the weight of the words. Like I was reading from a script we'd both memorized but no longer believed in. At the party, Sarah disappeared almost immediately. I grabbed a beer and found myself on the deck with Mark and the guys, talking about nothing. But I wasn't really listening. I was watching Sarah through the sliding glass door. She was animated, gesturing with her wine glass, telling some story that had the whole group leaning in. Then she laughed. That laugh, and something in my chest tightened. Around 10, Jessica called for speeches. I found a spot on the ottoman near the fireplace. Sarah was across the room, perched on the arm of the couch. Then Sarah stood up. Jessica, you've been such an important friend to me, especially this year, Sarah began. You've listened to me talk through some really difficult things, and you never judged me. My stomach tightened. I think a lot of us settle for less than we deserve. Sarah continued, her voice gaining confidence. A lot of us stay in situations that are comfortable but not fulfilling. We convince ourselves that fine is good enough. The room went quiet. Watching you and Mark has shown me that it's never too late to be honest. To ask for what you really want. To stop pretending. She raised her glass. So here's to honesty. Here's to having the courage to be authentic, even when it's terrifying. People clapped. Some cheered. But I didn't. I sat there frozen, staring at my wife. Our eyes met, held, and then she looked away. I sat there for I don't know how long. Eventually I moved to the kitchen for another beer I didn't want. That's when I heard voices from the hallway. Don't think he knows. Jessica's voice. He doesn't. Sarah. I've been careful. My hand froze on the refrigerator door. Are you sure you want to do this at my party? I can't keep living like this, Jess. I can't keep pretending everything's okay when it's not. Sarah appeared in the doorway. She saw me and stopped. David, she said softly. We drove home in silence. Sarah stared out the window. I gripped the steering wheel and tried to think of what to say. We pulled into the driveway. Sarah unbuckled but didn't move. "David," she said finally, "we need to talk." Inside, she poured herself water, drank it slowly. I stood in the doorway waiting. "I've been seeing someone," she said. The words hung in the air. Simple. Devastating. True. "How long?" 3 months. "Since October." "Who?" She hesitated. "Alex. From my design collective." "Is it?" I couldn't finish. "It's not just sex. It's everything. The conversations. The excitement. The feeling of being seen." "I see you." "No, David. You look at me, but you don't see me. You haven't seen me in years." The accusation hit harder than the confession, because there was truth in it. "So what now?" I asked. "You want a divorce." "I don't know. I don't know what I want. But you know you want them." "I know I want to feel alive again. And with Alex I do. And with me. With you I feel safe, comfortable. And I thought that was enough. But David, I'm 34 years old. Is comfortable really all we get?" "I'm going to sleep in the guest room," I said finally. "We can talk more tomorrow." That speech tonight, about being honest, was that for me? "I thought you'd left already. I didn't see you sitting there." "I didn't realize. I was there the whole time, Sarah. I heard every word." I went upstairs and shut myself in the guest room. Our nursery. I didn't sleep. I lay there replaying every moment of our relationship, looking for the exact point where we'd broken. My phone buzzed. A text from Sarah. "I really am sorry. About tonight. About all of it. You deserve better than this." I just wrote, "We'll talk in the morning." Morning came. When I went downstairs, Sarah was at the kitchen table with her laptop. "I've been thinking," Sarah started. "There's no good reason, no excuse, but I want to tell you the truth." "Then just tell me. Remember that design conference in September? In Milwaukee?" Alex was there. We had coffee one afternoon. We talked for 3 hours, and I realized I couldn't remember the last time I'd talked to anyone like that. "Including you. So you decided to cheat on me because we had a boring conversation? You feel everything and show nothing," she said, voice rising. "You're so busy protecting yourself that you forgot there was supposed to be someone inside with you." The words stung because they were true. After the miscarriages, I'd retreated into myself, built walls, and left Sarah alone in her grief. "Have you slept with them?" "Yes." The word was a knife. "Where?" "Their apartment. Hotels." "Once." She stopped. "Once where?" She looked away. "Here. When you were at that conference in Seattle." My stomach lurched. "Our house. Our bed." "I want to meet them," I said suddenly. Sarah's eyes widened. "What?" "Alex. I want to meet them. If I'm going to lose my wife to someone, I at least want to know who they are." "David, I don't think." "I'm not asking. Either I meet them or we start talking about lawyers." She pulled out her phone. "Tomorrow. Noon. Coffee shop on Main Street." The next day we drove there in silence. At 12:03, Alex walked in. Ordinary looking. Average height, brown hair. They looked nervous. "You must be David. And you must be the person fucking my wife." "David," Sarah hissed. "What?" "That's what's happening." Alex sat down. "You have every right to be angry. I don't need your permission." "How did this happen?" I asked. "You meet my wife at a conference. You have coffee. Then what?" Alex glanced at Sarah. "We exchanged numbers. Started texting about work. Then it became more personal. Sarah told me about the miscarriages." "She told you?" I interrupted. "She told you about that?" "That's exactly why I told Alex," Sarah said. "Because we couldn't talk about it. Every time I tried, you'd change the subject or leave the room or bury yourself in work." I listened. "No, you heard. You heard the words, but you never engaged. You never told me how you felt. You never cried with me. You just disappeared. I had no defense." She was right. "So what's the plan?" I asked. "Sarah leaves me. Moves in with you?" I don't want to lose either of you, Sarah said. You can't have both. Why not? People do it. Polyamory. No, I said sharply. Absolutely not. I'm not going to share you. But you're willing to lose me completely? If those are the only options? Yes. Alex stood up. I should go. I love her. But I make her happy. Can you say the same? They left. Sarah watched them go, longing in her face. Go, I said. If that's what you want, just go. She stood, grabbed her purse. But she didn't leave. She just stood there, torn. I can't, she whispered. I can't choose. Not like this. Then I'll choose for you. I stood. I'm done. We're done. Call a lawyer. I walked out, got in my car, drove home. By the time the sun set, I was drunk and miserable. Sarah came home around 9. You're drunk. Yep. We should talk. Nothing to talk about. We're done. I went to the studio. Alex met me there. We talked. She was crying now. I broke it off. I stared at her. What? With Alex. I told them we couldn't see each other anymore. Why? Because you're right. I can't have both. And when you walked out today, I realized what I was losing. I don't want to lose you. So you choose me by default? No. I choose you because I love you. Despite everything, you're still the person I want to spend my life with. I wanted to believe her. But trust, once broken, doesn't just heal. How do I know you won't change your mind? You don't. That's what trust is, David. Believing without proof. I don't have that anymore. Then let me earn it back. She reached for my hand. Let me prove to you that I'm serious. Couples therapy, I said finally. Professional help. Okay. Yes. Whatever it takes. And full transparency. Phone, email, everything. I'll give you my passwords. All of them. And if I find out you're lying again, even one more lie, we're done. I understand. We sat there holding hands like survivors clinging to driftwood. It wasn't romantic, but it was something. Over the next week, we existed in strange limbo. Sarah kept her promise. Handed over her phone, laptop password, everything. I checked obsessively. There was nothing. One final exchange with Alex, then silence. Our first therapy session was with Dr. Patricia Walsh. 50s, kind eyes, no nonsense. Tell me why you're here. My wife had an affair, I said bluntly. And you've decided to work on the relationship? Yes, Sarah said. Maybe, I said. Dr. Walsh wrote something down. Rebuilding trust after infidelity is one of the hardest things a couple can do. Most relationships don't survive. And the ones that do require enormous work from both partners. The session went deep. By the end, I felt hollowed out. Homework, Dr. Walsh said. Sarah, write David a complete account of the affair. Every detail. David, read it. All of it. Let yourself feel whatever comes up. The letter arrived 2 days later. 12 pages. I read it in one sitting. Each word a fresh cut. She wrote about the conference, the initial attraction, the lies she told me, the guilt. The last paragraph gutted me. I need you to understand that this wasn't about you not being enough. It was about me being broken. About me running from our pain instead of facing it with you. You've always been my home. I just forgot how to find my way back to you. That night, Sarah found me in the dark living room. Did you read it? Yes. And I don't know what to do with it. You're supposed to feel whatever you feel. I feel everything and nothing. I started crying. Big, ugly sobs. Sarah pulled me against her and let me break. Therapy became our weekly ritual. We started dating again, movies, dinners, walks. Small moments of normalcy. Slowly, things shifted. Sarah laughed at one of my jokes. The real laugh. I reached for her hand while watching TV. Just muscle memory. We had sex for the first time 3 months after the coffee shop. Hesitant, tender, but real. I stopped checking her phone after month 4. By month 6, we felt almost normal. A different us, but us nonetheless. Then Jessica called. Can we meet? There's something I need to tell you. She was at Palmer Park, looking nervous. I haven't been honest with you about Sarah. I knew about the affair from the beginning. I encouraged it. What? Sarah came to me after Milwaukee, confused and guilty. She wanted to shut it down. And I told her not to. I told her she deserved to be happy. Because I've been unhappy in my marriage for years. And I projected that onto her. Why are you telling me this? Because you deserve the truth. And Sarah should have told you herself. Jessica hesitated. The affair didn't end when Sarah told you it did. They kept seeing each other for another month. I helped her hide it. My blood ran cold. When did it actually end? About 2 months ago. 2 months ago. We'd been in therapy for 4 months. Which meant for the first 2 months, while I was learning to trust again, Sarah had still been lying. I drove home in a haze. Sarah was in the kitchen. When did it really end? I asked. Her smile faltered. What? The affair. When did it really end? I told you. The day of the coffee shop. Jessica just told me the truth. The color drained from her face. David, you kept seeing Alex for another month. While we were in therapy. While I was breaking myself open trying to trust you again. It's true. We kept seeing each other. I tried to stop, but I wasn't ready. So you lied. You made me live in a false reality while you figured your shit out. I walked past her, headed upstairs. Where are you going? To pack. I'm staying at a hotel. David, please. Give me one good reason why I should stay. Because I love you. You chose me after you'd exhausted all other options. That's not the same thing. I left. The hotel room was generic, soulless. I lay there trying to figure out what to do. I spent 3 days there. On the 3rd day, I went for a walk. Found myself at Palmer Park. I thought about Sarah. The good years. The dark years. The affair. The lies. But also the laughter. The connection. The 1,000 small intimacies that make up a marriage. We'd both destroyed this marriage. Maybe not equally, but we'd both swung the hammer. My phone rang. Unknown number. David? It's Alex. I almost hung up, but I didn't. What do you want? I needed you to know something. Sarah never stopped loving you. Even when we were together, she talked about you constantly. I was an escape, but you were always real. Why are you telling me this? Because 3 years ago, my partner cheated on me. I left them and regretted it every day since. Don't make your decision because you're angry. Make it because you've really thought about what you want. And what do you want? I want Sarah. I probably always will. But she doesn't want me. She wants you. She's been fighting for you this whole time. You were always the one she was fighting to get back to. Alex hung up. I went back to the hotel, packed, and drove home. Sarah was at the kitchen table. She looked exhausted. David. Hi. I talked to Alex. I said. They called me. Her eyes widened. What? They told me you never stopped loving me. That I was always the one you wanted to get back to. She nodded, tears filling her eyes. That's true. I have something to say. What you did broke something in me. Something that might never fully heal. There's going to be a scar there forever. I know. But I realized something. I've been playing the victim. And yeah, you betrayed me. But I betrayed you too with my absence. I left you alone in your grief. David, let me finish. I want a life with you in it. Even knowing everything. I still choose you. She took a step toward me. Really? Really? But complete transparency. No more secrets. Individual therapy for both of us. And if there's even one more lie, I'm gone. No third chances. Crystal clear. And I need you to tell me right now if there's anything else. She took a breath. There's one more thing. My heart sank. What? That night at Jessica's party. When I gave that speech. I knew you were there. I saw you on that ottoman. And I gave that speech anyway because I wanted to force the conversation. I was too cowardly to start it myself. I studied her face. Anything else? No. That's everything. I swear. Okay, then let's try this. She crossed the room and wrapped her arms around me. I held her, breathing in the familiar scent. I'm going to spend the rest of my life making this up to you. she whispered. You can't make it up to me. You can only move forward with me. Then that's what I'll do. It wasn't a happy ending. It was just an ending. The end of one version of our marriage and the fragile beginning of another. The weeks that followed were hard. Some days I woke up feeling okay. Other days I wanted to run. But I stayed. And Sarah stayed. We established new rituals. Friday dinners where we really talked. Sunday walks holding hands. Sarah started individual therapy. I did too, working on my walls. We stopped pretending everything was fine when it wasn't. 3 months after I came back, we had our first real fight about something stupid, dishes in the sink. We're fighting about dishes, Sarah said, laughing. After everything, we're fighting about dishes. Maybe that means we're normal again. Is that what you want? I want to be us. Whatever that looks like. That night, we made love. More vulnerable, more present than before. Afterwards, Sarah said, I've been thinking, what if we moved? Left this house. Started fresh somewhere new. This place has too many memories. I thought about it. The guest room that would always be our failed nursery. The bed where she'd been with someone else. Where would we go? I don't know. Somewhere without ghosts. We'd take our ghosts with us, Sarah. That's not how this works. Maybe. But at least we'd be taking them together. I looked at her. Really looked at her. For the first time in years. And I saw not just my wife, but a person. Flawed, broken, trying. Just like me. Okay, I said. Let's do it. Let's move. Her eyes lit up. Really? Really? Fresh start. New city. Same us, but better. Better how? Honest. Present. Actually seeing each other. She kissed me. I love you, David Chin. I love you too. Even though you never rinse your dishes. She laughed. That laugh. And for the first time in months, it didn't hurt to hear it. 6 months later, we were packing boxes in our new apartment in Portland. Smaller place, better view. No nursery. No painful memories embedded in the walls. Just 2 people trying to build something real. Last box, Sarah announced, setting it down. That's it. That's it. We're officially moved in. I looked around. Bare walls, unpacked boxes, chaos everywhere. And Sarah, standing in the middle of it all, smiling. What? She asked. Nothing. Just thinking about how we got here. Regrets. About coming here? No. About everything else? Every day. But I'm working on it. She crossed the room, took my hands. Me too. Every single day. I know. We stood there in our new space, holding each other. The past behind us, the future uncertain. But for the first time in a long time, I felt something like hope. Not happiness, not yet. But hope. And for now, that was enough. Later that night, after we'd unpacked enough to find sheets and pillows, we lay in our new bed in our new bedroom in our new city. David. Yeah. Thank you. For what? For staying. For choosing me. For giving us another chance. You gave us another chance. I just showed up. That's the thing though. You showed up. Even when it hurt. Even when you had every reason to leave. You showed up. I thought about that. About all the times I could have walked away. Should have walked away, maybe. I couldn't not show up, Sarah. That's what love is. It's showing up even when everything's broken. Is it still broken? Yeah, but we're fixing it. Together. She rolled over, rested her head on my chest. Tell me something. What? Tell me something true. Something you've never said before. I thought about it. I'm scared. Of what? That we'll slip back. That 6 months from now or a year from now, we'll be right back where we started. Comfortable but not connected. And I won't notice until it's too late again. I'm scared of that too. So what do? We stay awake. We pay attention. We remember what it costs to stop trying. Think we can do that? I don't know. But I want to try. I kissed the top of her head. Then let's try. Outside, Portland rain tapped against the windows. Inside, we held each other in the darkness. 2 imperfect people trying to build something good from the wreckage of something broken. It wasn't the ending I'd imagined when I first suspected Sarah was cheating. It wasn't the revenge fantasy or the dramatic confrontation or the clean break. It was messier than that. More complicated. More human. It was just us, choosing each other one difficult day at a time. And maybe that was the point. Maybe there are no clean endings, no perfect resolutions. Maybe there's just the choice to stay or go, to forgive or hold on to anger, to risk being hurt again or close yourself off forever. I chosen to stay, to risk, to keep my heart open even though I knew exactly how much it could hurt. Was it the right choice? I didn't know. Maybe I'd never know. But it was my choice. Our choice. And for tonight, in this new apartment in this new city with this complicated woman I still loved. That was enough. Sarah's breathing slowed, deepened. She was asleep. I lay there awake, listening to the rain, thinking about everything that had happened. The party, the affair, the lies, the pain, the slow, difficult work of rebuilding. And I thought about Jessica's party, about that moment when Sarah gave her speech and I sat on that ottoman, realizing my marriage was ending. I'd been so focused on the empty seat that night, on feeling invisible, forgotten. But maybe the empty seat was never about me being gone. Maybe it was about the space I'd left in our marriage long before Sarah ever met Alex. The emotional absence, the walls I'd built, the way I'd slowly disappeared while still being physically present. Maybe Sarah wasn't looking past me that night. Maybe she was looking for me, searching for the man she'd married, and finding only an empty seat where he used to be. And maybe, just maybe, we were both finally learning how to fill those empty seats again. I closed my eyes and pulled Sarah closer, feeling the weight and warmth of her against me. Tomorrow we'd unpack more boxes. We'd build furniture and hang pictures and continue the hard work of rebuilding trust. But tonight we were just here, together, imperfect and broken and trying. And somehow, miraculously, that felt like enough.
Wow. That was an incredibly intense and emotional story. Thank you for trusting us and sharing such a personal and painful experience with such honesty. Your journey, from betrayal, humiliation, and heartbreak, to reclaiming your life and dignity, is truly powerful, and I know it will resonate with many of our viewers who have faced similar struggles. To everyone watching, this story is a reminder of the strength we all have inside us, even in the darkest moments. If Michael's story moved you, made you think, or helped you reflect on your own life, I encourage you to leave a comment below. Share your thoughts, your experiences, or simply your support, it all matters. And don't forget to subscribe to When She Broke Us for more raw, real, and unfiltered stories of betrayal, resilience, and personal growth. Every story here reminds us that even through pain, there's a way to reclaim our power and dignity. Thank you for watching, and remember, your strength is greater than any betrayal, and your voice deserves to be heard.